Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been a long time since I've been doing this. It's been like 5 months since I've been doing my last YouTube channel. Yeah, I've been very busy throughout this whole month. I just think to myself, when am I ever gonna manage to do a YouTube channel? Today is today. So if you guys miss me, leave in a comment, and I will send my love to all of you. I know you guys have been missing me, but don't worry. I promise you, I absolutely promise you that I'll be doing my YouTube content from now on. If I'm not doing any business stuff, of course. But yeah, it's been a long time. I missed you guys, and I know you guys have missed me. So yeah, I'm back doing my YouTube content, and today, I mean this is your match review for Chelsea versus Newcastle, and we managed to make a 1-0 win. And before I talk about the game, I would like to ask you guys, if you are new, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so that I never miss any of my content, and give this video a thumbs up, sorry, if you're excited to see me getting back to my YouTube content. So make sure you hit those like button up, please, and make sure you subscribe if you're new. So yeah, talk about the game. This is going to be a short one because I got some more things to do, so it's going to be a short video. But talking about the game, the whole performance was pretty embarrassing, absolutely embarrassing. Both in the first half and the second half, Newcastle deserved to win this game, or perhaps getting the point. They were so unlucky not to get the decisions their way. But in football, you just have to realize is that if you don't get the decisions, then you're going to be really angry and sad. And I know the Newcastle fans, the players, and the managers will feel like that, because for me, that Kai Havertz challenge was definitely a yellow. Both him and that Newcastle player were elbowing at the same time. But for me, Kai Havertz's challenge was worse. So yeah, for me, it was 50-50. So the decision from the referee was absolutely spot on. Even though I saw the replay that Kai Havertz was so lucky not to get a red, for me, I watched it back, and it was definitely a yellow card. So for me, that was the right decision. But the penalty in the second half, for me, that was definitely a penalty. Yes, it was 50-50, but the way Chalobah pulled that shirt back down and fouled the player, that was definitely a penalty. Because how was the Newcastle player was supposed to come down? It wasn't a dive. You can tell by that shirt pulling. So for me, that was definitely a penalty. And I know that every fan will think to themselves, you know what? We can be proud of our performance, but for me, we should have at least left this game with a point, or perhaps a win, because Chelsea was so lucky to get the win. That's what I would know that the Newcastle fans will be saying to themselves. But for yeah, and for once, I absolutely agree, because I knew this would be a tough game. Before this game, Newcastle in the last 6 games have managed to pick up 16 points, drawing once and winning 5 times in a row. So that's why I knew this would be a tough game, because Newcastle in the last couple of games have been very decent. They're 10 points behind above the relegation zone, and I know that they'll be in the Premier League next season. And I know there could be a possibility of them being above the mid-table, which will be an absolute masterclass if they can do that next season, because October they had a new takeover from Saudi Arabia. In January they have signed new players like Kieran Trippier, Chris Wood, all of those new players, and they're starting to improve, so that's why I knew this game would be tough. But a win is a win, luckily. Now let me talk about the players. I want to say Kai Havertz is proving to me why he's far better than Lukaku. I think that's his fifth goal in like 4 games for Kai Havertz in the league. I'm not sure, but let me know in the comments down below. But that stat is absolutely fantastic. If you see that goal, touch and then goal, it went straight in, past the breaker and went in the back of the net. And that's what I want to see from Lukaku. But that's the difference between him and Lukaku. Whenever Lukaku comes off the bench, or whenever he starts, he has been absolutely poor. And that's the reason why Chelsea aren't winning the title this season, is because of players like him. In order for Chelsea to win the title this season, we expect him to score more than 20 goals. The last time we won the league was about 5 years ago. And the reason why we've won that league is because Diego Costa scored 23 goals in the Premier League, which is more than 20. But ever since Diego Costa left, no Chelsea striker has scored more than 20 goals in the Premier League. Not even Gonzalo Higuain, not even Tam Abraham, Werner, Lukaku, maybe Havertz, Olivier Giroud, Morata, none of them. And that's why we be going down and down and down every single time. And that's why every single season we be dragging to the top 4 ways, which I don't want that to happen. I want Chelsea to be in the title ways instead, so that we can say to ourselves, you know what? Let's not fear about the top 4 ways. Let's say to ourselves, yes, we are definitely going to the Champions League next season. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. But again, we're in the top 4 ways, even though we've got games in hand. Arsenal are playing Leicester today, and if they win, that means they'll be in the top 4 and they'll be 6 points behind us because they've got games in hand as well. So that's why we are lucky, yeah, to win this game today, because Arsenal fans will be saying to themselves, you know what, I wish Newcastle would have beaten them or gone there a draw, because if we would have won today, we would be close to catching up Chelsea, but today we had to win, and that's what I like to say. So Kai Havertz, absolutely fantastic, Werner again, absolutely poor from him. Of course, when he and the thing with Werner is that sometimes when he gets the ball, he's really fast, like he's electric. But when it comes to the finishing, he has been absolutely shit. Absolutely shit. Most of the goals and the penalty decisions were offside. And the stat tells you last season that 23 of Werner's goals has been offside. So that's what I'm trying to say to you, is that Werner needs to really time his role perfectly, because the more he does this, the more that we'll be frustrated that every time he puts in the back of the net, or every time that Chelsea get the penalty decision, he is offside. And that proves today. The touch was brilliant, but then when you saw that replay, he was offside before he received the ball. So for me, yeah, Werner has been shit last season and this season, and I'm hoping that him and Lukaku needs to be sold in a summer transfer window, because these two can never play for Chelsea Football Club ever again. If Lukaku wants to be for Inter Milan, let him. If Werner wants to go someplace else, let him, because these two have been shit. Absolutely shit. I would keep Kai Havertz, even though he has been starting lots of games. He has scored once again in the Premier League, so I would keep him. Maybe Mason Mount too, but Lukaku and Werner, they've got to be sold in the transfer window. They've got to be sold. So yeah, Werner absolutely poor, just like he did against Norwich. He done the same thing against Newcastle today. But the other players I like to talk about, Jorginho, absolutely fantastic from him. That pass to Kai Havertz was absolutely phenomenal. Before that he was a bit poor, but in the second half I thought he'd go into the game a bit, and up until that assist he has been absolutely brilliant. So well done, Jorginho, absolutely fantastic. After the game against Norwich, which has been poor, I thought today he was absolutely fantastic. In the second half, in the first half, he was a bit bad, but in the second half, I thought he grew into the game, and what an assist from him. And N'Golo Kante, absolutely fantastic. He has proven to be one of the best centre defensive midfielders in the world. Today, he has been absolutely fantastic. Just like he came off the bench against Norwich and put in a fantastic performance, the whole game today, he was phenomenal. The same thing goes for Ziyech, on the right wing back. He has been absolutely fantastic. Brilliant. Mason Mount, I thought today he was good, but he wasn't that great like he did against Norwich. I thought he was a bit poor, but it is what it is, As per the is out, Reece James is out, so he has to be playing on the right right hand side of the attacking midfielder. So yeah, I don't blame Thomas Tuchel. So yeah, up unless until Reece James and Aspilicueta is back, I know he'll be on the bench for the couple of games. But yeah, Mason Mount has been okay. Rudiger, absolutely fantastic. The blocks, the interceptions, everything for him was absolutely fantastic. You know, Christensen. He was all right, but he was like average. But Trevor Chalobah, you know, he was great up until he got lucky that Chelsea did that Newcastle didn't get the penalty because he that shirt pulled and the player was down. So for me, Chalobah was very lucky, but I thought he was alright. So yeah, and Kovacic, when he came on, he was absolutely fantastic, absolutely brilliant. The way he got the ball back, the interceptions was absolutely brilliant from him. You know, so yeah, really, really good. And yeah, Thomas Tuchel, another win, clean sheets, and we're back to winning ways in the Premier League. In fact, ever since we won the FIFA Club World Cup, we're unbeaten. You know, winning against Crystal Palace, beating Burnley, beating Norwich, and now beating Newcastle. Of course, the Carabao Cup final, of course, we lost on penalties, but I believe we should have won that game if Mason Mount and Christian Pulisic would have put those chances away. But up until then, we have been absolutely fantastic after we've won the FIFA Cup World Cup and we became champions of the world. So we have been absolutely brilliant. And yeah, we move on into Leo in the Champions League, second leg of the round of 16. Hopefully, in both first half and the second half, we can stop feeling tired. We can put a better performance and score another 2 goals so that Chelsea will be through to another quarter-final under Thomas Tuchel. So that is it. So we move on. Then after that, next Saturday, we've got a pretty tough test against Middlesbrough because they've knocked out Manchester United on penalties. They knocked out Tottenham. After extra time, so it's going to be really tough to face Middlesbrough at the Riverside Stadium. But hopefully, we can put in. We will not feel scared and manage to nick a win. You know, if it's 1-0, I'll be like, okay, but if it's like, say, like 3-1 Chelsea, I'll be very happy. So yeah, tough game against Middlesbrough, but we'll see what happens. Then after that, we've got the international break. The World Cup playoffs are there, and also England are playing against teams like Switzerland, and those will be friendlies because England have already qualified for the FIFA World Club in Qatar that's coming up this year in December. So yeah, really looking forward to that one. But yeah, lucky with the win, really happy. But hopefully, against Lille, we'll put up a better performance. So that is all I've got to say. So Kai Havertz, not Mason Mount, Ziyech, Kante, Jorginho, all of them were and Rudiger was absolutely superb. Some of them were okay, but says like the likes of Werner and Lukaku was poor, absolutely poor. But hopefully, Thomas Tuchel at their game against Lille will start Pulisic rather than Werner, and that will be basically it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's it, guys. That is the end of this match review. Like I said, this is like a short review because I've got other stuff to do. But if you're excited to see me back doing my YouTube content, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you share this to everybody that you know. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're new. Hit the bell notification so that I never miss any of my content. And if I'm lucky enough, maybe I'll be bringing back the Premier League predictions because I'm starting to miss those already. You know, like I said, it's been so long since I've been doing my YouTube content, so hopefully that returns. But yeah, if there's any news concerning about Roman Abramovich and between the government sanctions and the new owner, I'll also be talking about that in my YouTube channel. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. But yeah, really happy to be back doing my YouTube content. And if there's any more news, I'll bring you up to date. But If not, I'll be seeing you guys on Tuesday for the match preview for Chelsea versus Leo in the Champions League round of 16 second leg. So make sure you stay tuned with that one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Look after yourselves. Take care. And as always, up the Chels. Come on, you Blues.